One of the reasons I love American Psycho so much is I think you can interpret it in a lot of different ways and they all make sense. And I don't think there's any one right way. So this is my interpretation of it. I think that Patrick did murder all those people, but the reason that he got away with it is because the whole movie is like an allegory and a monologue on how vapid society is. So I think that the main reason people tend to think it wasn't real and that it was all in his head was the ending. At the end when he confesses about murdering Paul and the guy that he confesses to is like, there's no way you murdered Paul Allen because I just had dinner with him in London. I don't think that means that Paul's not dead because the whole movie, everybody is so vapid and focused on their status that they don't even know who the other person is. Like, just in the same way that Paul mistakes Patrick for another coworker of theirs, I think the guy at the end mistook Paul for somebody else. So he never was actually having dinner with Paul, he just thought it was Paul. Because again, all they care about is their reservations at Dorsia or their business cards. They don't care about other people. They don't recognize other people. Another perfect example, the guy Lewis who is in love with Patrick. The scene where Patrick is very blatantly dragging a body in a bag out of his apartment. And Lewis catches him, and instead of asking anything about like, hey, what are you dragging out? He's like, I love that overnight bag. Where'd you get it? And Patrick kind of like throws the obvious body in a trunk and is like, Jean Paul Gaultier. So again, the murders happen. It's just everybody around him is oblivious because they are so focused on just their societal status. And that's why I think this movie is one of the greatest horror films of all time. And especially the ending line where he goes through all of this and then he says, this confession has meant nothing. Iconic. Again, that's my interpretation of it. I think people can interpret it in a lot of different ways and it would still make sense. But regardless, this movie is one of my personal favorites. I have so much love for it. And again, it's just so quotable. How could you not love it?